How's it? It's Sunny Bunny, and welcome back to our life beginning in always. I am so excited to get back into this game. I love it so much. I love it so much. Okay. I also don't remember most of the voices, but it's fine. Anyway. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove is coming over to hang out. I also don't remember which mom is which, so I think... Yeah, anyway. Excited to see your new friend again, Bunny? Yeah, I am.
How sweet.
How sweet. I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah. Haha, I don't know, am I? I'm not choosing that one. Your bowl was entirely empty, so you nodded. I'm gonna nod. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Bunny, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, Sunny family, thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him, and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Let's go play in my room. Okay.
Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Me too, I drew that, thank you. I don't. Oh, that's sad. Just be like, thank you. You're welcome. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. You turned back to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. You started to feel a bit nervous. You felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped he liked your room. You had put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. I don't think he would. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. I think so, yeah. See? You gestured to a piece at the bottom still covered with specks of sand. Neat. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Oh right, I almost forgot. Shiloh's gonna be here today. Just taking a sip of tea quickly. Much better. I forgot how much talking there is in this game. Shiloh? Lizzie's friend, or like her number one fan, I guess? Do I have to see him? It should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine. But you know. Come on, check out my shells some more. I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore, and you pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you got in each one, holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best you could. I think I'd learned scientific names. You had a whole picture book dedicated to different shells and sea life. You'd learned a lot by flipping through its pages. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then, while showing him your collection. "Kids, come down to the living room." You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because you found each other by accident, and a parent didn't make it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part. Oh my word, I can't read. Sorry, this might just be my dyslexia kicking in. Hang on. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Okay, but be careful. You should have asked. Great idea. He seems nervous. Let's make him feel a bit better. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. Oh, sorry, my voice. What is going on? Hang on. Excuse me, mildly dying there. Anyway, I'm back. I think this is the best of them. That's my favorite too. I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You can take it. I vaguely remember that he was a bit awkward about if you said you could take it, so I'm just going to say this one. You reached into the box to take out the one you preferred. Cove looked on with interest. The two of you were still sitting on the floor, looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. You'll be alright. He's here. We can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused, with his gaze locked on the back of the house. I could go out that window. He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Do you want to break your other arm? Shiloh is the best. Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Good idea. Let's go. Hurry, they'll see where we're going. He glanced at you, then nodded. And two of you made your way to the window together. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked up to see that Cove was already taking off away from the house. He was fast, but you knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast. You knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast, but neither were you. At that speed, you weren't sure if you were going to be fast enough to reach him. Fast, but neither were you. Cove, I'm coming! You ran as fast as your legs would take you, grass whipping around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cove slowed to a halt and looked back at you. Where are you going? I don't know. Somewhere else. I just don't want to see. Bunny! You looked back and saw Shiloh huffing down the hill after you, the backpack he clutched, bouncing all around along the way. Where are you going? Can I come? He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind. Oh, he's so cute. I forgot what Shiloh looked like. Oh, hi. Are you Cove? Yeah. I'm Shiloh. So I hope I'm saying that name right. Anyway. Okay. Yep. Are we going back or are we gonna play outside? Shiloh's eyes moved between you and Cove, the smile remained strong on his face. It got a tiny frown from Cove in response. You were just grateful he hadn't asked why you had been running away. Inside. We left the box on the floor. Alright, my shells and stuff. We'll have to make sure they're okay. Okay. With Shiloh trailing behind, you and Cove headed back towards the house. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? It's a pretty color, kinda like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool, I guess. I like those colors too. There are better colors, not trying to deal with the sudden more awkward silence. You looked back at your shells. I like those colors too. Awesome! Both of them smiled. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know. Oh. Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach. Probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park. He looked towards you. There's a park? Yeah, but it's old. Can you show me? I wanna go. He started getting up before he had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too, right, Bunny? The park is fun. I love it. The park is pretty great. Yeah, it's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do and lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we gonna go find Lizzie? Don't know. I never really wanted to see her, just wanted to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short she could always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Bunny, Shiloh. Hi. She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? She's so cute. It's Cove. He's new. Oh dear, my voice is dying today. There we go. Hopefully that'll help. I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. No one ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Oh, I haven't been to a beach in forever. That sounds so nice. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are? Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said that you're Bunny's age. Yeah. Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. I think... So she's like 10. I think we're 8. I think he's like 6 or 7. I can't remember. Anyway, they'll probably tell us now. What about the other kids? What about other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. Oh. For a second it looked like he might cry again, but something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Only some of them don't like kids, stop staying, stuff like that you can upset him. Yeah, they're really bad. I mean, only some of them. You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Bunny in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hadn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort and how weird she thought Cove was at something else entirely, you didn't really know, but she laughed, her face scrunching up. Okay. Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. That still doesn't right. Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. You offered him a small smile, and that at least looked to reassure him some. For the rest of summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days when she was in bed, in a bad mood, or busy... You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way the sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Ooh, okay, so, as you can see, I have all of the DLCs. I think, as far as I remember, you can kind of just skip to and then summer ended, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to do each of them, because I don't think they're too long, each one. Yeah, and I've played the library one. Obviously, I've played through all of these, like the base game stuff. I've played the library one, and I think that's where I ended in my last playthrough of this. I did try recording this probably 3 years ago when I was originally going to start the channel, but just stuff happened. I wasn't able to start then. So I haven't played any of these as far as I remember. So I am very excited to get into this game properly now that we've played the whole of the prologue. And yeah, I really hope you guys are enjoying it. Sorry that my voice was a bit terrible in this episode. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!